What's up YouTube, it's DBTown24 here back at you guys with another video. I'm about to hit you guys with the longer awaited jail story video. I've been bullshitting. If you guys do not know, that's basically my term of saying I've been lazy, doing other stuff. Bullshit. But before I get into the story, I'm going to go ahead and say that I do not work where I used to work at. As you guys know, I got a job somewhere. I'm a full stay-at-home YouTuber slash brother. I just stay here and I chill basically. So good thing is I saved up a decent amount of money, so I'm good for right now. We'll see what happens down the line, but I don't plan on getting another job. I'm about to just start racking up on my videos and, you know, become a little more popular on YouTube, you feel me? So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the story. It started on October 10th through 15th night. It was a school night. I was actually on my way home from the gas station. One of the passengers in the car, I don't know why, like no homo or pause, whatever people be saying, but he tickled me. To this day I asked him like why, and he's like, I don't know. So he tickled me. I jumped and he got a reaction out of me. I guess that's what he wanted. So then he tickled the driver. The driver didn't give him a reaction. He was like, fuck you. So he tickles him again. This time the driver gave him a reaction, but it was not the reaction he wanted. The driver stomps on the brakes, so we all, you know, go forward like that. We're like, ah, shit, you know, funny. It was funny, I guess, until we realized there was a cop behind us. So then we're like, oh shit, there's a cop behind us. You know, like I said, I was on my way home. It was a school night. It was like, I want to say 9. No, it's probably 10 something. I forgot what was my curfew back then. Either way, it was a school night and I was on my way home. The guy that tickled, that sounds so retarded. The guy in the back seat, I'm not gonna say it. The guy in the back seat, he happened to have marijuana on him. So we're like, throw it out, throw it out. He's like, nah, bro, we're good, we're good. Well, the cop pulls us over. We're actually pulling into my neighborhood. So the guy was turning and the cop pulled us over in my neighborhood. And we went through the whole, you know, cop came up to the car. He was like, what's going on? We told him that, you know, our friend was just being stupid. And he just pressed on the brake. And so we're like, and the driver's like, well, can I see the license and insurance and registration, whatever, all that shit they like to see. We gave him all the shit. We're like, cool, we're out this bitch. Then the cop comes back and he's like, he's talking to the driver and he's just like, can you get out the car, sir? And we're like, what? So the driver gets out the car. He's out there. It's like cold as shit. Like it's October and it's, you know, there's some wind chill outside. You feel me? So the driver's outside and I'm like, okay, what's going on? So another cop comes up to my window. He's like, do you have ID? And this is where the cop they do their intimidation thing. And that's, you know, like I said, I was younger. I look young now, and I was 17 then. So I looked even younger, and plus I had my dreads. You know, I probably, you know, they were trying to make something out of nothing, just like a lot of cops like to do. So he's asking me for my ID. I'm like, I didn't know I needed ID to sit in the passenger seat, which you don't. And then he was like, don't get smart. And I'm like, how am I? You asking dumbass questions? I didn't say that, but I'm just like, you know, why are you asking me for my ID? I'm not driving a motorized vehicle, am I? You know, once again, he was just trying to, you know, intimidate me. So, I mean, it worked though, because I was 17 and I wasn't expecting all this to happen. And it was cold. He was like, why are you shaking? I'm like, y'all have our windows down. It's like 50 degrees outside. That's kind of cold weather in Georgia. And I'm like, yeah, it's cold. Like, well, what do you mean, why am I shaking? And, you know, he's like, well, you're acting suspicious. I'm like, whatever. So then out of nowhere, the driver disappeared. No one's seen him. We're like, what the fuck? Little did we know, he's in a cop car. They had him take a, you know, a alcohol test where you know, walk the straight line. Guys, if the cop ever asks you to take that, I've been told by my lawyer and my mom, don't ever take it, because either way, whether you take it or not, they've already decided whether they're gonna take you to jail or not. You know, they have you take that test just for more evidence. But if you don't take it, then if they do take you to jail, then they're taking you to jail for whatever the reason. But if you do take it and you fail it, then they're taking you to jail for whatever they were gonna say they're taking you to jail for, plus that. So just don't even take it. Like, it's not even worth it. And if they get mad at it, who gives a fuck? Like I said, we did not know the driver was in the car. They have us come out, and the cop looked at me. He was like, if you tell us whose marijuana it was, because for somehow, I forgot to tell you guys, the guy in the backseat, he actually ate the marijuana. I don't know why he didn't just throw it out. Maybe he wanted to get high that bad, so he was like, I'm gonna eat this shit. So he ate it, and okay, so then the cop asked him, he said, tell us whose marijuana it was, and then I'll let you go home. So that was, my choice. I could kind of snitch on my friend, and I'd be able to go home and then go to school and not get in trouble. My parents would never know. Or I could, go to jail is what he said. So I decided not to snitch on my friend. And I'm like, there's no way he's found marijuana because my friend ate it, okay? And mind you, he did fucking eat it. And it was evidence of that later on. And so the cop, they claimed they found marijuana. They didn't. But I think what happened was, on the way to the station, the guy who had the marijuana, I literally think he's like kind of retarded in the head. To this day, we kind of, I just kind of point him out on some of the dumb stuff he says. So while we're in the car, he's like, yo man, ain't no way they found that shit, right, bro? Hit me with elbows and shit, like this shit's funny. He's like, yo bro, I ate the shit, so we good. I'm like, yo, dumb bitch, we're in a cop car. Like, you do realize there's cameras and microphones in here. Like, so stupid. So basically, we went to jail. The whole time in my head, I'm like, I watched Law and Order. We ain't going to jail. Well, we went to jail, and when we're in the jail, the guy threw up. So that probably gave it away, basically. Like, he just threw up the marijuana he ate. I don't know why he didn't just throw it out the window. Yeah, like, I don't understand that, but he threw it all up. He threw up twice, actually. He threw up the first time an inmate came and cleaned it up. The inmate was mad. He was like, God damn. And so he threw it up the second time. The inmate was like, you clean this shit up. And he made him clean it. The funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. He was so fucking scared. That inmate was big as shit. So, like I said, it didn't kick into me until they took my fingerprint, when they rotate. And that's when I was like, oh shit, I'm really going to jail. And then when they were searching me, the cop looked at me. He said, I know it's not your stuff, so just tell me whose it is. Really? You already taken my fucking fingerprints. I'm already in jail. You're gonna tell me it's not my shit. I'm gonna go to jail anyway, but you want me to go ahead and snitch? Nah. So I'm just like, I don't even fucking know. Those are my exact words. I say, I don't even fucking know. And so he was like, okay, whatever. I went to jail. I was in there for 8 hours. I got bonded out by the judge. They saw I've never, done anything. My record was clean. So all I had to do was go to court. I did everything I did on my community service, so that shit's off my record. Well, I don't really know if it's off my record. I just know that the charges were dropped. That's what I can say. Okay, so the charges on me were dropped. I have my papers, and I did everything that I needed to do. So the situation's over, but it was a crazy situation. I actually felt like a bitch one moment in jail. They're about to take us up, and ironically, they're about to take us, because we were in a holding cell for like 8 hours. And like, they're about to take us to where, the actual places, where the actual inmates are. And then right then, they were like, Denzel, you've been bonded out. I'm like, shit, cool. But before that, they were like, okay guys, get in the line, we're about to take y'all up. And I was just like, I remember, I cannot believe I said this. I was like, oh shit, no. I feel like a bitch just think about it. And then I remember some white guy, he was like, bro, it's not even that bad. And everyone in jail was cool, but I'm like, I can't believe I said that. Like, I look like a straight up bitch. I should have just been like, whatever, So, yeah, it was cool. You guys have already seen the jail picture. If you have not, I'll show you guys right here. It was a interesting night. I will say that I think everyone should go to jail at least once. I'm gonna say that honestly, not for nothing major. I mean, like I said, everyone there was cool, and like I said, it was October, so a lot of people were there from costume parties. So you saw people going in with Mario costumes. Some female, she had like a stripper costume. She was bad too. She was bad, and they were being mean as shit to her. So I think that's just why I don't really like cops that much. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they're that, like, some of them are cool, but I mean, I'm gonna say 90% of them are dickheads, and they really don't have anything better to do. To this day, we think they were just trying to meet their quota. Basically, we believe that they have to bring in a certain amount of, inventory, aka inmates, into the jail to meet their quota, basically. And I don't know if that's actually true, but in my head it makes sense. I mean, because like I said, to take us to jail for some shit like that, and it was less than an ounce. Like, it was 1 gram of marijuana. is there really nothing better to do? Like marijuana, like, come on. Like I told you guys, I don't smoke. The last time I smoked was 2010 Thanksgiving. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I remember I inhaled, I got dizzy, and that was the last time I smoked. But either way, even though that was the last time I smoked, I would still to this day say drinking is 10 times worse than marijuana. I just don't understand why one thing's illegal and one thing's not. Like, but it's whatever, guys. That's the end of this story. That's my jail story that's been asked about so much. I got out of jail. I did my community service. Everything's cool. It was a great experience. Yeah, that's about it. It's a funny story. So yeah, it's DB Town 24 here, and I'm out, guys. Peace.